I'm excited for this episode because it's going to be an interesting one to talk about, like our watch orders and stuff, especially because we watch different orders. And
I watched both orders.
you did? You watched the show twice?
No, well, back in the day.
Oh, back in the day.
Yeah.
Okay. That makes sense.
No, I wouldn't watch a show. I've watched twice. It's like, why would I do that?
This is one of the
I'd
first
rather
shows.
just watch the whole thing.
This is one of the first shows that I've actually somewhat considered dang, I kind of could rewatch this whole thing, but in the other order to see what's different about it.
Right.
I don't think I will right now anyway, but maybe in a year I'll rewatch it or something like that and kind of get another order on it. But
Yeah.
See if you drives you crazy when you hit Endless 8.
yeah, because I didn't watch Endless 8 this time, that's for sure.
It drove me crazy.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to Life is Daijoubu, episode 106. My name is Cole, and I am joined by the man who only knows how to get the biggest, bulky self. I don't know how to do it.
Tell us your ways, Thane.
He's bulking out on us. He's going to destroy us one of these days. He's just, he's a big meat guy.
Incorrigible bulk.
The incorrigible
bulk. Yeah. No, but for real thing, you told me recently that you're wanting to cut back on some of your food intake.
Yeah,
How's
I
that
keep
going?
buying these steaks, and I keep wrapping them in bacon, and then I realized
They're
very
they're
unhealthy.
huge steaks,
Yeah.
by the way. They're
big.
thick and they're big.
And it's like, you know what? This is really bad for me. I really got to stop. So I decided, well, I have this OCD where it's like I get sour cream and shredded cheese, and then I get a potato. It's like I'm gonna have steak with it. It's like I have steak with it. Well, I get the steak with the potato,
Yeah.
So this will be so since I'm about to go through the sour cream and cheese, this will be the last time.
So today's
This
your
is it.
last steak
Yep.
day?
Yep.
Wow.
And then I'm probably gonna go Hawaiian haystacks, which is
Chicken.
chicken and rice.
Are you thinking about maybe trying to break your OCD so you can still have the potato every now and then?
Maybe, I don't know. They have these at Walmart. They have these little.
Yeah, I see those ones you
yes,
get. They're
yes.
already saran wrap, so you can just throw them in the microwave and cook them easy. I'm a big fan of baked potatoes too, so I don't blame you. You're not wrong. It does feel like you need something else with it.
Yeah.
If you can get a big enough potato, though, you don't feel that way.
Yeah.
Which is the way I like.
Especially put bacon bits and chives.
Or you
and
could do some ground beef or something. Over the
ground
top.
beef. Yes.
Chili.
Yes.
Jinx.
Chili potatoes are good.
I'm also joined by Skylar, who is the actual bulk master. He's been, I guess, not bulking recently. You're on your cut season, aren't you?
Yep. As a resident, I eat the same thing every day. I recommend always changing up your diet thing. Keep it classy, San Diego.
Yeah. But keep it kind of small.
Don't let your OCD get the best of you.
Yeah.
Well, I'm also in that boat right now where I'm trying to change up my diet a little bit too, because I'm starting a new job tomorrow, and I'm bringing lunch with me. And so my goal, I bought these little bento box kind of things. They're just glorified Tupperware with little compartments and then a fork in the top of the Tupperware. Anyway, I'm planning on meal prepping essentially and kind of doing that throughout every single week and doing different things. That's what I was asking you guys the other day about cold meals. So that'll be fun. I'm excited to try it out. I hate cooking, so that's going to be a nightmare because cooking is a waste of time in my opinion. But the results are always fun because food's good. But this is an anime podcast. We've got an anime to talk about. We're going to be talking about the Melancholy of Haruhi Suzumiya today, roughly around the halfway point, of course. But before we do that, we have our news section, and we also have our seasonal anime section. We're about 5 weeks in, a month and a half almost into the seasonal
We're almost
anime.
halfway.
We're getting through it. And this season is a lot of fun for me because I'm watching so much anime this season. And I've dropped, I think, 2. And the rest of them are still okay enough to keep going with. Emphasis on okay enough. But we'll talk about that more after we get done with the news. I'm going to quickly run through some of our news subjects. So we've got a couple new anime announcements. We have some other announcements of sort that we can talk about as well. Let's start with this one. We have Berserk of Gluttony is getting a season 2.
Is that the CGI one?
This is not Berserk.
Oh, it's not
No, it's
Berserk.
a Berserk.
I don't know what this is.
I don't
Have
know.
you seen
No.
anything about it?
No.
The picture didn't really look familiar either, as I don't know nothing about this thing, but it's getting a season 2. So if you're a big fan of that show, then enjoy your season 2. Next up, we have the Quintessential Quintuplets is getting a little epilogue sequel thing. Apparently, there was like 4 novels that were written as an epilogue, and they're animating those. And on top of that, they're doing another like OVA, like original video animation kind of thing. So if you're a Quintuplets fan, get excited because your girl Yotsuba is getting more.
The real winner.
It's an epilogue, so that's why I mentioned that. Sorry if I just literally spoiled the whole show I don't think anybody cares. Okay, the last little bit of like new thing, like old thing getting something new is Promised Neverland is getting a new one-shot manga. Yeah. So
Okay.
I don't know anything about it, but we're getting a one-shot
Those
of
two should just make
Promised
a new
Neverland.
manga.
Yeah, that would be nice.
They made some cool one shots after Promised Neverland. They just need to make a new one.
They never turned it into a manga though, or a
They never
series.
turned any of theirs into no.
Is there a announcement date on that one shot?
I didn't see anything. I don't know though.
Well, it will be the good ending.
Yeah, that's what I'm curious about. I don't even know what it would be. Like, it's probably if I had to assume, it's gonna be some little story tucked in the
Yeah.
middle of the story
Yeah,
somewhere,
that's
and they just called it a day.
Yeah.
That's my guess.
I'm already salty and tainted on that whole series as a whole. So
The ending felt very rushed. Like
both
the intros.
the anime sucked, season 2 specifically, and then the ending of the manga was just it's like
They introduced
I'm
new
going on a
concepts.
trip. I got to finish this on Tuesday. By Tuesday, phone it in, baby.
Yeah. They introduced whole new concepts and then just end it. That's how it felt.
I read that manga. I didn't watch the anime. Oh, I watched the first season of the anime, but I didn't watch anything else. But yeah, the manga's a lot of fun until near the end.
It's like 3/4 of the manga so freaking good. Season 1 of the anime, it's a banger. Like I watched season 1, that got me to read the manga, and then you start from the beginning because you should, but read all of like at least 3/4 of the manga. And then towards the end, they just get a flat tire and the ship blows up. So
If I ever had to like point to a story that you like, I know the kinds of stories you like specifically are the ones that like start really close in and like slowly widen out. And Promised Neverland is like one of the perfect like we're really starting small and it slowly grows and grows. And then all of a sudden like you just know everything and then the mystery's not there anymore, so you don't really care anymore.
there's one other show specifically, and I want to read the books at some point, but it's The Maze Runner. That's another one that does the exact same thing. It's different, but it's the same concept of like zoomed in on the story, and then as you zoom out, you get more of the picture.
You know a dumb show that you'd probably enjoy? You maybe even seen it. You might have. I don't know. It's Lost. Have you ever looked into Lost at all?
Not at all.
That one starts very closed and then slowly zooms out. The ending's trash. So maybe stop around season 3. That's what I did back in the day when I was like literally 10 with my family. We stopped around season 3, but I never looked back. Those 3 seasons were a lot of fun, and I think you would enjoy that.
Yeah, sure, I'll check it out because I really like those types of stories.
Funny
Yeah.
thing is, you made it halfway. It's only 6 seasons.
Yeah, there's 6 seasons. You could stop around 3 or 4 probably. It becomes a little too convoluted from what I know the whole story. It becomes a little too convoluted and the ending is not good.
I see.
Anyway, moving on to our new anime announcements. Our first one we have is Go With the Clouds, North by Northwest.
Manga.
It sounds like a manga.
It is a manga. Both of you guys are right. Full points. The little synopsis says, from the creator of Ran and the Grey World. Do you know what that is?
No.
Okay, I don't know what that is either. The creator is Aki Airi. The story takes place in Iceland at Land's End, 69 degrees north. I think that's the longitude line because it's up high, I think. Yeah, it's got to be. Or was that latitude? It's whatever is the horizontal running one. I think that's latitude, actually. Anyway, Kei Miyamiya is a 17-year-old with 3 secrets. He can talk to cars, he can't handle pretty girls, and he works as a private investigator. One case has him searching for a beloved dog. Another involves reuniting a woman with a man she fell for at first sight. And then comes a case that strikes close to home, searching for his own little brother. Tag along as this globe-spanning journey unfolds.
I probably wouldn't watch that.
I wouldn't watch it. That does not sound interesting at all to me. Unfortunately, Thane's got no opinions. Okay, next up, we have The World's Strongest Witch.
Sounds fun. Sounds
Manga.
like a manga.
It's a novel series. This one says, when Lorna manifests a completely useless ability, she's labeled an embarrassment to her family and kicked out of the house. With no money or food, she's about to hit rock bottom. But then she figures out how to use her supposedly worthless SSS rank skill, internet. This cheat level talent gives her the know-how to gather an unlimited amount of valuable items and easily acquire rare equipment. Armed with godlike knowledge, Lorna's free to do anything she wants. If only she could figure out what LMFAO means.
So stupid.
Dude, I'm gonna watch this. This is some good trash. Oh my goodness.
Tell me how it is.
She looks up a YouTube tutorial on here's how to cast a fireball.
I can't wait. That seems awesome. That's gonna be perfect peak trash. And it's a novel series. That means it's got like probably some depth to it more so than some manga that are like this kind of trash. Okay, next up we have My Girlfriend's Friend.
Manga.
Sounds like cheating.
I don't know. Maybe
Yeah, I must say light novel.
it's a manga. This guy's winning. This one says the story follows high school boy Takeru, who has a girlfriend named Kaori. Kaori confessed her feelings to him and became his first ever girlfriend. However, Kaori's friend Tomoko begins to seduce him and tempt him with her voluptuous figure.
Called it, Thane.
Yeah, I don't know about
Called
this
it.
one.
I think Thane has to watch it now that he called it. Yeah, you said it was cheating. You had to watch it.
She-
I don't like NTR.
Okay, last one we have is Kagurabachi.
Finally. Ooh, I'm going to say anime original.
Manga from 1987.
That's right. It's that old. No, yeah, we all know what Kagurabachi is. It was literally announced the day after we recorded last episode. So it's been a while.
I
since this was announced.
think I read like the first 30 or 40 chapters and then I just stopped. And you guys kept saying like it's still good, but I feel like the last couple months you guys haven't really said much about it.
Yeah, so it ended part 1 and the beginning of part 2 is so freaking confusing. I don't know what is happening right now. I've been reading every week. I literally read this morning, but I don't know what's happening. I'm going to have to like read or watch some synopsis to explain what's actually happening.
Yeah.
Cuz they did like this like back in time bit. And then I don't know if what we're watching or reading right now is currently back in time or if it's current time. Like I have no freaking clue. I'm very lost in the story. It grows bigger than what you thought it would be. And like that makes sense, I guess, because like the basis of the plot, like I get why it went where it went, but it definitely like did like the classic shonen to all of a sudden it's not really super shonen at all. It's kind of just its own thing now.
I see.
Which I understand a lot of Shonen Jump manga do after learning more about JJK from you guys and also watching it because it was very stereotypical shonen for the beginning. And
Yeah, so they can keep getting published
they
probably.
get published, and once they're popular enough and don't think they're going to get canned, they can keep going with whatever they want. And I don't think it's a bad thing by any means. It's just I didn't expect it, and my brain was half turned off reading it, because it's a Shonen Jump manga, so I didn't really expect to have to think. That said, I still think I like the beginning of the manga better, like the classic Shonen Jump stuff, and maybe it's because I just don't understand really what's happening anymore, and that could be part of it. But the animes look good. Like they did a teaser. I think it's going to be fun. The animation's going to be super solid, and it's the first season's literally just going to cover the stuff that I know that I like. So
It's going to be bloody.
I'm excited for it. Should be a good time. Do you have any thoughts about Kagurabachi then?
I'm behind.
Oh, you're behind.
Yeah.
Did you finish part 1 at least? Did you get to the ending of part 1?
I don't remember.
It was like
I'm behind on a lot of manga.
part 1 ended probably 3 months ago, maybe a little bit more.
I'm on chapter 102.
We're on chapter 121. So yeah, you probably finished part 1, or at least got right up to the end of part 1.
Yeah.
Okay, well, without further ado, let's go ahead and talk about some of our seasonal anime. I am the host who has a million shows that I'm watching. What did I talk about last week? Japan, do you remember? Did I talk about? I don't freaking remember what I talked about.
Start saying names of them.
Start saying names.
Say names, punk.
It wasn't the gals can't be kind to otaku one. Is that the one I talked about?
It
I know I mentioned to you specifically.
It might have
You'd
been that
probably
one
like
actually.
that one.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good one. But I want to talk about today's 2 specific ones. They're popular series. I want to talk briefly about Dr. Stone. I know I just literally talked to Skylar about this right before the show, but I've been getting into it, and I started reading the manga, and I got about, I want to say like 60 chapters in roughly. And I got just bored of like having to read all of the explanations. And I knew that the anime was out, so I jumped over to the anime. And I got caught up to the anime, and I assumed the anime was finished. For some reason, my brain didn't really process that it was airing this season, but I'm caught up on this season. So that's now one of my the animes that I'm watching this season. It's the best way to describe it for me is it's an easy watch. It's not really hard to watch. You could just kind of put it on, not have to pay super close attention. You get the gist of what's going on, and you have a good time with it. Very chill, easy thing to watch. But the show that I want to talk about that I just can't get enough of is what's it? It's called Classroom of the Elite. I will talk about this one a lot, and I want to get a little deep dive on this one because I think it's just so freaking funny. It's one of the most popular shows, and I don't know if either of you have ever dabbled in anything Classroom of the Elite. You've seen
seasons.
the first, okay, the first 2, okay.
You've shown me some scenes from, I believe, season 1, way back when.
Yeah, so it's been forever.
Yeah.
This show, if you know nothing about it, it's about a guy named Ayano Koji. He's stupid smart, basically raised to be the smartest human being ever, and then he got thrown into this school that does a bunch of stupid things like tests and stuff to like challenge the kids and see whatever they're doing. They do stupid like they're on an island again right now, and like they're doing like a test to see who can survive the island the best. It's so dumb. Anyway, my favorite part about this show is how seriously everyone takes this show. It's so fun to read the comments on the show, and people talk about how cool Ayano Koji is and how they really want to be him and how he's just like him because they're just as smart as he is, and that's such a good time. And like this is literally the perfect example. So, and it's funny because the characters in the show also think this about Ayano Koji at this point. Like he was very unassuming, and they kind of like kept it that way. But at this point, a lot of like the higher up kids are all like, oh, this Ayano Koji guy, he freaking knows what's up. Anyway, he's in this meeting with two people that know he's a freaking genius kind of guy. And they're talking, they're having a little discussion amongst themselves. And Ayano Koji's kind of just sitting there doing nothing. He's just like, I don't freaking want to be here. You can just tell he's like, I'm just bored. And for some reason, he's got a coffee and he starts pouring water into it for no reason. And the guys in the discussion go like, what are you doing? He's like, I want to see what it tastes like if I dilute it a little bit. And like people online think that's like, oh my gosh, that's got to have so much meaning to it. He's probably thinking so much about like, he's probably like planning out their like demises and stuff like that because of the coffee. It's a metaphor for how he's diluting them with this. And
do you think people are being ironic or are they being straight
I
up?
really think they're being straight up. And it's the funniest effing thing. And I read about 1.5 books of the light novel just to kind of get an idea of like what the actual character of Ayano Koji was. And yeah, he's really smart. But in his brain, he's just a stupid boy like all of us. He just says stupid things like, dang, she's kind of hot or stuff like that. And I was really curious about this scene in particular because I saw so many people trying to analyze it and stuff. And in the light novel, he's just like, I just wanted to see what it tasted like. There maybe could be reading in between the lines. Maybe the author actually is trying to like tell you something about the scene. But that's not how anybody that really likes the show was like looking at it as. They're not looking at the authors trying to tell you something. They're looking at Aina Koji's trying to tell you something. And he's not. He's just a stupid boy. Just freaking being stupid, doing dumb things. And it's the funniest thing. And that's the whole show. And I can't get enough of it because it's so fun to watch. That's the show I wanted to talk about. What do you guys got going on?
I wanted to rant a little bit and then talk about I started my Dragon Ball journey. But my rant is with the time I got reincarnated as a slime. I'm just not having a great time with this.
No.
Like this newest season still feels kind of just like a slice of life. Like we're getting stuff. It's more prep, but I feel like that's all we did last season was just prep and talking and new characters and bad guys and trying to figure out what's going on.
Yeah.
And like we're still doing that. And anyway, the movie came out too, and everybody hates the movie. Apparently, it was about one of the side goblin characters, which means nothing to you guys.
Wait,
but
was the movie like a part of the story or like?
I think it was just a side thing.
Okay.
Like it's probably canon, but I don't think it's like just a side story. I don't think it adds to the main story at all or anything. But anyway, yeah. I mean, even one of our buddies that he was kind of one of the guys that pushed me to start watching Slime. And the first 2 seasons were fun, dude. And even some of the early, I think there was a couple early movies that I really enjoyed. But man, like last season and this season is just a freaking snooze fest. And like I said, I think the movie's not great either. I'm not even going to watch it. That's how like the reviews of people that enjoy the show are like, this isn't even worth your time.
Wow.
So
this is season 4 of Slime. So season 1 and 2 were like very, very good.
I very much enjoyed it. But so I remember when we were talking, I think it was literally yesterday, we were talking about like in Minecraft where you've played so much Minecraft, you get towards like an end where you're like, dang, I don't know what else to do. I feel like that's what happened with Slime. Like the character is so overpowered. He's built this huge civilization. It feels like everything's coming to a head, but it's just a slow army crawl to get to it.
I see.
And I'm ready for some sort of conclusion because like, yeah, I feel like we've just pillaged and villaged and there's not much left to do. So anyway, that's Slime. But I did want to talk about Dragon Ball because I did mention early on in this season of the podcast that I'm going to be watching less weekly anime and start like working on my backlog of stuff. And I started Dragon Ball. All I knew about Dragon Ball was apparently Dragon Ball Z, where it's just a lot of fighting, screaming, and explosions. Whereas in episode 1 of Dragon Ball, you see Goku's little wiener. He ends up like tapping a girl's crotch area to see if she's a boy or girl.
Good job, Goku.
Yeah.
Isn't he like
Bulma,
6?
your balls, they're gone.
I don't know how old he is.
Is he like a little kid though?
Yeah, he's a little tiny Goku. Yeah, but he fills up Bulma's crotch to see if she's got balls and they're missing. I'm like 10 or 11 episodes in, and the amount of times that she has been molested by people, like fondled, she flashed herself to Master Roshi. Anyway, the whole point I'm trying to make
Poor
here
Bulma.
is, man, I did not know that Dragon Ball was this horny. Like, I didn't know that at all, because my experience with Dragon Ball is just, like I said, Dragon Ball Z. I remember watching, like, the Majin Buu arc and Kid Buu. Man, that was so much fun. But that's, like, the most Dragon Ball I think I've seen at this point. Well, back then. But now, actually watching Dragon Ball proper, I'm like, this whole... I'm only 10 or 11 episodes in, but it's just super horny.
How many episodes is there in Dragon Ball proper?
152.
Oh my.
Something like that.
There's some filler in there.
Okay.
In the manga.
But I'm just gonna watch it all. I've decided because it is kind of an easy watch, like you said.
They bake. I remember one filler part where it's like in the manga, it's like Goku, you need to get stronger. Drink this, and he drinks it, and he almost dies, but he gets back. But then Korin, the cat who gives it to him, he says, "Oh yeah, I left it in a cave. Go into the cave and get it." And that's how they bake the filler, and they actually incorporate in a plot. He had in the anime, he has to go get it in a cave in the jar.
See.
And he has this like little thing where he's talking to dead
He's
characters.
Darth Vader in the cave.
Yeah.
Yeah, this feels like when I first started watching it, I was expecting fighting, and you get a little bit of that because it is an old show. It's what is it from the 80s?
Yeah.
And feels like an 80s show, but it also feels like a comedy. It doesn't feel like an action shonen. It feels like a comedy at this point.
Well, he just came off of a comedy. That's what he was writing before.
Okay. Well, it's fine. I'm going to keep watching it because I know that what it turns into, and that's what I'm kind of excited for. But anyway, that's just my Dragon Ball update. I'll probably give these every once in a while if I have things noteworthy to speak on of it.
Nice. That's exciting. I've never watched Dragon Ball either.
You would not like this.
Yeah.
Not at all. It's an old show, very sexual, kind of boring. Like I think it was like episode 7 or 8. We found all the Dragon Balls.
Oh,
Yeah, we already had the first Dragon Ball wish, which can I spoil it
sure.
for you?
Go for it.
The first Dragon Ball wish, the bad guy gets all the Dragon Balls, and then right before he makes a wish, there's a piggy character named Oolong. He jumps in to save the day, and he's like, I wish for the most perfect pair of panties. So they float down, and then all the Dragon Balls fly away, and Bulma was like, well, that blows because now we have to wait for a year for them to recharge, and good luck finding them because they just look like rocks now. So, yeah, that was like episode 8 or something.
Yeah.
Hey, at least you got some nice.
But then
undies.
but then afterwards you get the tournament and the gross man guy who makes me almost vomit because he actually puts his hand down his crotch and literally like has a stank hand. I'm like, oh,
Thanks,
God.
Thanks for getting me excited for the next to come thing. Appreciate it. Anyway,
it picks up after that.
yeah, take it away, Thane. You have the floor.
Emperor Pilaf is a joke. He's meant to be a joke. He's a little puss bag.
Yeah, he's like the main villain right now.
Okay,
Little
that's
tiny-
the guy that was trying to get the Dragon Balls earlier.
Yeah, he got them all, but it was Oolong. He's a shapeshifter. He saved the day.
Gotcha. Yeah, Thane. So I know you're also not watching as many seasonal stuff to also get caught up in backlog. Tell us
Yeah.
more about what you're watching.
There's a lot of shows that I just started and I never finished. It was like I think during when I did that movie marathon in December,
yeah.
and a lot of backup happened that I just didn't. So I'm trying to catch up with those shows.
Like almost 2 years ago now.
Yeah, it's like it's finally time to catch up. I'm watching Sakana of Rice and Ruin right now because I didn't finish that.
Oh yeah.
It's just the game.
Yeah. Because did you finish the game?
I didn't finish the game.
Okay.
There's a point where it's like the progression was really bad, and I was like, "This is tedious."
No, yeah, I don't blame you.
Yeah.
I'm kind of the same with that Pocopia game. It's
Yeah.
tedious.
Except
But
like
you already put like 30 hours into that, didn't you?
Except
Sure.
the problem
So
with
you've
that
played
is
a ton
like
of it.
it kind of doesn't tell you 100% what to do next. It's like you kind of gotta figure it out, but there's so much area you gotta cover, and you're just like, what am I doing?
Well, maybe the anime can be your
Yeah, no, it's
your
not.
game
It's
guide.
really not. It's really not. Because it's literally just they don't even focus on the hunting part. It's like, hey, look, we found this. It's like, wow, it could improve the rice. And then where I'm at, the volcano erupted, and in the event where your little hut gets destroyed, it's pretty much like from one thing to the next, like where your friend betrays you, then comes on the island for repentance, and then the next moment that your little hut's destroyed, and that's like 3 hours of game, pretty much.
all in one episode.
Yeah, all in like 2
Oh,
episodes.
2.
But seasonal shows, I'm watching Akane Banashi. It's a YouTube one.
Banger.
You're
Take
watching
that,
as well.
Crunchyroll. I hope more shows decide, hey, let's just upload it to YouTube. And they can get money from it if enough people watch it, like especially overseas. Like if they have multiple channels and just have people watch it, they can generate revenue from that.
They got multiple languages too,
Yeah,
not
yeah,
just so
yeah.
they
Oh,
dub,
yeah.
they not dub but subbed it into like a bunch of different languages. So
Yeah,
it's really accessible.
Yeah, I think that's probably one of the best ways. Is just to. I know you'll get direct money from putting on a streaming service. Actually, I don't even know how I don't know if Crunchyroll if they. I think
They probably.
I think they
lump
do
sum, is
licenses,
my guess. I don't know though.
I think they have do by licenses, and then the studio gets some of it from the license.
Maybe
But
they
I
get
don't-
paid based on view on Crunchyroll as well. I don't know.
how it works. You have to actually ask Crunchyroll. How do you?
I don't think they would ever
Yeah.
tell you either.
Yeah. But yeah, I think the YouTube channel, like, and this is directly from the studio who did the YouTube channel. And so they had hired someone out to do all the subs in multiple, like French, Spanish. There's another language I don't
remember which one, but there's like three or four of them.
Yeah.
Wait till AI takes over and you can't even tell. Then AI can just
Yep.
dub it into whatever language you want instantly.
Well, I mean, YouTube does that sometimes by itself.
Yeah. Oh yeah. The
With
auto dub.
subtitles?
Yeah, auto dub it. So I watch a lot of like Yu-Gi-Oh stuff, as you know. Every now and then I'll get people from like Europe or South America speaking a different language, talking about like their deck list or whatever, but it's auto dubbed. And like you can tell because every now and then they say name of a Yu-Gi-Oh card and it's like slightly off. You can tell it was translated, but they use the AI to get the voice of the person speaking and try to
I've
use
seen
that
that a
voice
few
into
times.
English.
Oh,
Yeah.
It's freaking it's insane.
that's crazy.
It is crazy.
That's on YouTube?
on YouTube.
YouTube.
Like in real time.
It's weird. But anyways, about the show, it's about the art of, I don't remember how
Rakugo?
Rakugo, yes. It's where it's like a one-man play, but you sit in one position and you have to like you have to, with your voice differentiate and mannerisms, you have to differentiate each character. And the show does it by like having like visuals, like what the audience is seeing. But in real life, it's just like, I'm not going to do it.
It's impressive.
Yeah.
It is impressive.
You look up YouTube videos, it's like how they do it. It's pretty much like, and they have to do it in one spot. They can't move.
Yeah. They're just kneeling down on a pillow.
Yeah. It's really hard too, like, because you pretty much have to memorize a whole story, especially the jigamo. Like
Yeah, that one.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like just tongue twister kind of stuff.
Yeah.
It's interesting. Yeah, it's cool. I would recommend watching that one, Sky. It's a fun one.
It's all free on YouTube.
It's like, I don't know how many, there's a lot of animes out there that like will show you some niche hobby that people like take super seriously, or even a niche career that people take really seriously, and then turn into it a whole anime.
Yeah.
And that's what this is, kind of one of those.
Yeah. But the thing is, like, Rakugo is like a whole industry
Yeah.
still.
Yeah.
It's
fairly
kind of-
niche, but yeah.
It's only really applies in Japan and France. There's later a part where she goes to France to train. And that's because France loves Japanese stuff. In fact, there's a convention called Japan Expo, and I always thought, is that in Japan? No, it's in France. Just interesting.
Yeah. It's a good one. Definitely a good one. Very unique. It's a Shonen Jump manga that they're adapting. But yeah,
It's the perfect
pretty good one.
substitute for Act Age, which took everybody surprised what the writer did.
yeah. Well, I think without further ado, we can go ahead and talk about Haruhi now.
At least the illustrator is doing Witch Watch now, which is doing really good.
It is doing really good. So, Haruhi Suzumiya. I want to say one thing really quick before we get into spoiler territory. If you have never watched this show, I would recommend just watching it chronologically.
Yeah, what current Crunchyroll has.
Crunchyroll on their website is just in chronological. If you watch
Yeah.
episode 1 through 28, it's just completely chronological. However, you will watch some episodes that are part of the season 2 that,
Yeah.
from what I understand, I've not watched them, aren't very good. But hey, you don't get a weird jumbled story.
Yeah.
But I will say, having watched the airing order, I do understand why they have a weird order. I can confidently be like, okay, yeah, I get it. I understand the vision. And I'm curious to see what how the order you guys watch also differentiates. But anyway, without further ado, let's go ahead and get to spoiler territory about I guess technically the original season 1 of Haruhi Suzumiya. I never watched season 2 or any of the extra episodes. It's things like what is it called? The
Endless 8.
The Endless 8. Yeah.
And the making of the movie.
And the making of the movie. Yeah. So, the Melancholy of Haruhi Suzumiya is a really hard show to give a synopsis of. It's basically on premise a group of friends that do stupid stuff and just hang out. But like the deeper premise is Haruhi is like this unknowing god of the universe, and she doesn't know that she is. And there's a handful of people around her that are trying to make sure that she doesn't destroy the world unknowingly.
Yeah.
That's kind of the gist of it. Yeah, I don't even know how to begin this discussion because we watch it differently. I'll tell you the orders of things. So this is the order that Crunchyroll has chronologically. They have the Melancholy of Haruhi, part 1 through 6, Boredom of Haruhi, Bamboo Leaf Rhapsody, Mysterique Sign, I don't know how to say that word, Remote Island Syndrome 1 and 2, Endless Light 1 through 8, The Sigh of Haruhi, part 1 through 5, Adventures of Mikuru Asahina, which is the movie, Alive Alive, The Day of Sagittarius, and Someday in the Rain. On Crunchyroll, that's episodes 1 through, I think, 28 is what it is. The order I watched was the original airing order. So the order they aired it on TV, which is episodes 25, 1 through 2, 7. And by the way, these numbers are from the Crunchyroll order. So episode numbers are the chronological numbers, but this is the order I watched them. So yeah, 25, 1 through 2, 7, 3, 10, 9, 11, 28, 4, 27, 26, 5, and 6. The weirdest part about this is how much we do things like we watch episode 10 and then we go back and watch episode 9. We watch episode 28 and then we go back and watch 27 and then 27 and then we go back and 27. That's the weirdest part about it, is how many times it's watch one episode and then immediately the one right before it. What order did you guys watch it in?
I think it was 25, 1 through 6.
I 1 through 7. I have
1 through 7, 9 through 11.
Because our orders were fairly similar. We both started with 25.
Here's the order that was in season 1 DVD release: 25, 1 through 7, 9 through 11, and 26 through 28.
Okay.
So basically, it's the Adventures of Mikuru, the Melancholy, and the Boredom, and then 9 through the Remote Island Syndrome, and the the ship game? I can't remember the ship little game they play on with the ships, and then the Culture Festival, and the end the winter thing.
Yeah. So
which was borderline Evangelion, the last episode.
What was your last episode?
It's the one where it's like Christmas, or it's about to be the holidays, and they're just...
I watched that fairly early on, I think.
Yeah, it was pretty early on. And it like just had moments of quiet, and you could hear people talking. You turn your computer way up to hear the people talking, just read the subtitles.
Is that the Mysterique Sign?
Yeah, I think it's the last episode 28? Of Crunch. Yeah,
I watched that like halfway through.
Yeah.
And that was your final episode.
Yeah.
Really freaking weird. It's like that. Okay, let's begin with the first episode because we both watched the same first episode. We all did. Episode 25, which was the Adventures of Mikuru Asahina. This is their little movie that they made.
Yeah.
And when I tried watching this show back in high school, this was not the first episode I watched. I do know that for a fact. The first episode I watched, I don't know which episode it was. I want to say it was probably like the chronological episode 1.
Yeah.
Because I know that they were just doing stupid stuff in the class. But everything was kind of like established already. So I don't think it was episode 1, because episode 1 is them kind of like starting to build their little squad.
Yeah.
Their little their club. The episode I watched was definitely them already in the club doing stuff. So I don't know. To this day I will not remember what episode. It wasn't compelling enough to get me to watch anymore. But this episode 25, starting with that, I think was the right move. I think that is the episode you should start with. It's the episode where we watch the little movie that they made. You get to see every little character's interactions with each other. Their personalities are still there. And on top of that, their characters, like their, what is it called? Their role, I guess, is still there. Like Mikuru, the time traveler, what's the freaking silent girl name?
Yuki.
Yuki, the robot and
robot
robot thing, and the other boy, not Keon, but the other one, the dude that's an Esper.
Kisame or something.
No, it's oh shoot.
I don't know. Hey, whatever him. You get all of their little things, and they are those things inside of this movie. And then Haruhi and Keon aren't in it, but Keon is the narrator of the little movie, which is very fitting because you're watching the whole show through Keon's eyes. And then Haruhi, being the character that she is, being this godlike character without her even really knowing or realizing she is the director of the movie, and she jumps in the shot every now and then. Koizumi, yes, Koizumi the Esper. Haruhi will jump into the episode or the show and like try to get mad at them and like make them do whatever was supposed to be done correctly, as she does throughout the entire show. And so this little episode gives you every single character exactly as it is. It's the perfectly in the bottle episode to explain what each character does throughout the series. That's why I think it was really, really good for the starting. Also, it was really freaking funny. I don't know why I thought the episode was so funny, but they did a really good job of making that episode funny, the movie episode. Then after that, you guys watched all of the Melancholy, so episodes 1 through 6, correct?
Yes.
So that one was the most broken up for me because I went 1 and 2, skipped and then did 3, skipped a couple episodes, then did 4, and the last 2 episodes I watched were 5 and 6. So all over the place. And this is where it gets like interesting and weird because 1 through 6 definitely tells like a cohesive storyline. But I'm really glad that I had it broken up in a way. Although I think I still would have rather just watched chronologically.
Well, I feel like it peaked at that because wasn't that where you learn
episode
about
6?
You learn about it, like everything gets revealed, and
And episode 6, they even kiss at the end. It's just like, dang.
I felt like that was the ending of the show.
No, that's what it was for me. That was the last episode of the show.
The ending of volume 1 of the novel.
Oh, really?
Sure that's the arc.
Okay.
Yeah.
No, yeah, that was my last episode. So I was like, wow, I can see why this is the last episode. This makes perfect sense to be the final episode. And even like the way, like, it's funny because like it even has like, you know how like some shows will not do their ending of the show. They'll have like the credits overlap, like whatever they're talking about. They do that thing with episode 6. So that way they can tell you more story. And it's, the end of them is just them hanging out doing their thing again.
Right.
And I was like, dang, you could tell this was supposed to be the final episode of the show. It's very fascinating that they did it the way they did. There were some things that, in my weird order that I don't think really mattered at all. I don't think they should have been really ordered the way they were. Like so I did Remote Island Syndrome. So they go to the island. And then I did that Mystique sign, the Christmas episode Thane was talking about. And then I went back to Remote Island to finish it up. So I had the cliffhanger of, who shot Mr. Burns, you know? And then we did an episode, and then we got to go see the resolution of who shot Mr. Burns. It was really weird, and that just didn't seem like... There are tiny things. They do tiny little things that you go, okay, I can see why they did this, so they could see the tiny little thing that happens here. But they're so insignificant. It's the tiniest of little, like, one-off, they mentioned this in this prior episode, so we better throw it out here. Whereas if you watch it chronologically, it'd be mentioned in episode 3 and then it comes back in episode 27. But because I watched episode 3 and then 27 immediately afterwards, I saw it's not necessary, but it's kind of fun.
Yeah.
I know why they did it, but stuff like doing the Remote Island, those should have just been back to back, in my opinion. You don't really lose anything if they weren't back to back. And you guys watched it back to back, I think, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I'm jealous of that one. The boredom. I have boredom part 3. Was there only one boredom episode? 1, 2, 3, 4. 2, 3. No, that's 7. Oh yeah, I didn't watch 8 or 9 or 6. No, I did watch 6. I don't know why that's listed the way it is. I maybe this is wrong, but yeah. So I guess we can just talk broadly about the show. Did you guys like it? I know Thane likes it because he's seen it, but
I had a great time. It was very enjoyable.
It's a fun, easy watch.
Yeah, easy watch. Like, I think that it you could watch it surface level, but also there was a lot of like ideas that my brain was
very
going
experimental
down.
for this type of show. Like they could have just made it normal, but then the director there was a monkey wrench and things. You're just like, that's pretty cool. Like
You said it was a light novel, right?
Yes, it's a light novel. So I
did not
assume
know
that this out of order thing is probably how some of the chapters flow in the novel. I'm not sure. I'm not a light novel reader. And also this light novel is apparently still going. The author's just taking his sweet time finishing the story, but I don't know. But like the first episode that in airing order, the Mikuru,
movie?
the movie, they actually had like an actual authentic VHS filter over it, like it's filmed off a video camera.
I pointed out to Sky at one time, you can see them messing with their ND filter because it gets like brighter and darker, and then they like it, and it's so good. It's so funny.
And it's like, this is a very interesting first episode because it's like kind of shows the characters, but doesn't really tell a lot about them. But like you can kind of grasp what kind of character they are from like their little actions, little mannerisms. Yeah.
Almost to a T, I think.
Well, and it also, at least for me anyway, it set me up to, like, I didn't think anything that these guys had special powers or anything because I'm like, oh, it's just a movie.
Yeah,
it's
they're
just,
making fun of it.
It's just the character.
Yeah.
Yep.
But no,
It's legit. They just use the same things.
They're aliens, time travelers, espers.
Yeah, I really like that first episode. I think that first episode was like the best one to start with. Yeah. If you're ever gonna watch this show or ever recommend this show, make sure they start with this one. I don't care what order they watch after that. I don't think, but that's got to be their first episode. It's too good as a setup for the show.
I really like the whole concept, like the overarching plot that gets shoved under the ground. I enjoyed that way more than the slice of life stuff because that's where my brain went, was like, oh, they're doing all of this dumb slice of life stuff so that she doesn't blow up the planet.
So she doesn't blow up the world.
And that was so fun. Like the whole murder mystery arc, like that episode, those 2 episodes, bangers, dude. I was like, holy crap, they did all of this just so she can have a little bit of fun. So anyway, I don't know. I really, really like that whole concept of like, yeah, she's a god that can kill everyone and everything in an instant. So let's distract her.
So that's why I liked having episode 6 be my final episode, because I finally got to see, oh, this is her blowing up the world.
Yeah. Yeah. And that's why when I was watching, I was like, this felt like the climax of the show. And then literally after that, it was just slice of life.
Yeah. Yeah. You really don't get any other like big moments or stakes. And the way that mine was paced, it would be like I'd watch an episode or 2, and then I'd go back to that original 6 episodes, and I'd say, oh, this is how Yuki is a robot. All of a sudden, it just bomb shops. Yuki's a robot. Like, it's real. And then you don't get to see the resolution of that conversation for like another 3 episodes. And then it comes back to that resolution. And like, and all of a sudden Mikuru is like, yeah, I'm a time traveler. And then it goes to like another 3 episodes and it comes back. It was like that almost the whole time.
And I wonder if I would have preferred that, because if not, like for my brain, I was like, okay, well that first 6, I could have just watched and been done. Like we're done.
You very well
Although
could've.
I did very much enjoy the murder mystery arc.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, that's really what it was. It was just a lot of jumping around. Like I said, there were times where I felt like it wasn't necessary. Like the times when it would do one episode and then immediately the next episode I was supposed to watch was the episode that came up or chronologically was right before that episode. Those seemed kind of dumb. They didn't have like they didn't like clash in pacing wise anyway in any way. It was just weird and I didn't think necessary. And like I said, I feel like the only reason they really did it was so you could have little aha moments every now and then. When I think you still kind of get them, you just get them in reverse if you watch them in chronological order.
Yeah.
But I mean, I also really enjoyed the show. I thought it was a lot of fun. I was surprised how much I enjoyed the characters. And I really wish I could remember what I watched back in the day. Like maybe it was even like part of the season 2 that I watched. I ran an episode of season 2 that I watched, and that's the part that people don't like or whatever. I don't know. But
yeah, I really like the characters too. Like Haruhi was actually one of my favorites. For some reason, her personality just worked for me. She's just a happy-go-lucky, bubbly girl, but is also like determined on doing specific things.
And Thane was like mentioning to us, he was like realizing that she's kind of a jerk. And yeah, she kind of is, because she just wants whatever she wants and gets what she wants.
Right.
But I also liked her a lot too. She was my favorite character. I was like, dang, dude, why? Why is this character work so well?
Yeah.
She'd make a great cult leader.
And she kind of did.
Yeah,
she kind of
she's
made
kind
a
of
little
make
cult.
the cult.
But it's so fun too, because like all the other characters are having to adapt to her because we have a literal nuke right here that we got to make sure doesn't go off. So we're gonna do whatever it takes.
And poor Mikuru gets the brunt of it.
Yeah, just gets freaking fondled and molested all the time.
Freaking Haruhi.
Put in all these different outfits and whatnot.
I really did enjoy Kion's relationship with Haruhi as well, because I'm always the sucker for the will they won't they kind of stuff, and they kind of have a little hint of that. I'm curious to see if that progresses any farther into this story, but it is interesting how the question that Kion kept asking, like, why am I the person that I was chosen by Haruhi, like over and over again, like that is kind of asked over and over again, and it's never really answered. I'm curious if that ever does end up getting answered.
I kind of got the vibe that early on, I think it was like episode 1 or something when he first meets her, and she announces herself to class or whatever, and then Kion asks her, he's like, were you being serious? She's like, of course I was.
Yeah.
But like I don't think he was ever put off by how weird she was, and I wonder if that's what she was attracted
and that's
to.
like, I guess if it's something that they don't want to tell us just because we need to read between the lines, that makes sense. Because that's kind of the thing that I got to. Like, he was the only one that like ever like immediately was like put up with her crap.
Yeah.
He was the only one that ever like had to bother to like give her the time of day. Everyone else thought she was so out of reach and unobtainable, and he's just like, freak, I don't have nothing to do. She's sitting behind me, will talk to her.
The other thing too, though, that I noticed is Kion, ignorance is bliss early on, but he was also not afraid to like talk to her and tell her how he felt and shut her down at times. Because everyone else knows that she
let her walk all over him.
Yeah, because they're like, well, we just don't want her to blow up.
Yeah.
And Kion's like, what? He doesn't know, but he was like willing to match her energy or at least stand up to her. Like, one very specific moment is during the murder mystery arc where she's like, yeah, this is what I think happened. He's like, no, that couldn't have happened. What you said is wrong. Anyway, that's aside from the overarching thing that actually happens, but in that very specific moment, he's more than willing to stand up to her and like put her in her place at times. Everyone else doesn't, though, because they have the full context of what she is. That made the whole story even more interesting for me, and their relationship specifically.
Yeah, it was fun. The little relationships are good. It's interesting though how like the other characters, the characters that were just trying to keep Haruhi not from blowing up, they're not as good. Like, they're fine. Unfortunately, they're just not as good because they only have one goal and they only really do one thing, and they're all very one note to what they do to make that one goal accomplished. And so every now and then you do get little touches of like, oh, hey, they do like this other thing, or they do something. Like Yuki, for example, and they play that computer game, and Kion's like, oh shoot, she kind of digs his computer crap.
She's goated.
And so like there is something like she does get to do something else. But it's so minuscule, really, and it's just unfortunately doesn't really do much.
She helps Kion to get out of the dream state.
Yeah, in episode 6.
Yeah,
because of the computer stuff.
Well,
too,
she's actually pretty relevant because she also the one girl, the blue-haired girl who's like the class president.
Oh yeah. She has to like fight her.
Yeah, she's an alien too, and so
that's crazy because that was like your episode 4 or 5 for you guys. I watched that like 3/4 of the way through my. Yeah. I'm like, what the freak am I watching?
Yeah, I honestly think that you watched it. I would have preferred to watch it your way. I think because it has the build up to the climax of this show, whereas Thane and I got it in the first 6 episodes.
Yeah.
The other thing I wanted to point out too, for me personally, because I'm not really the biggest slice of life guy, but just the whole, like I said, the overarching thing of like, don't let the bomb go off. For some reason, that made me more engaged in the slice of life stories.
It was always like in the back of their mind. They're trying to like, hey, we can't let the bomb go off.
Yeah. But like the other thing too, though, is like we got it early on because we watched the first 6 episodes, but like Yuki didn't really understand. Not Yuki, excuse me. Kion didn't really understand the severity of the situation.
Off.
Yeah, he just didn't understand it. Obviously, he learned about it very quickly, but
Yeah,
Anyway.
so that's in context. That's interesting because you guys knew that Keon knew the bomb could go off, and I'm just all like, why is Keon just doing this crap? He's just like,
Why is he
whatever.
putting up with this?
Exactly. Yeah, he's just like, whatever. Because the bomb could
Is he
go
putting
off.
up to get the nookie?
He could be. I mean,
Yeah.
Sleeping Beauty. Am I right?
Yeah.
Give her some smooch, and then the bomb doesn't go off.
You know, the funny thing too, though, is like I've never even heard about the show, to be honest. But after you picked it for the show, I've been getting recommended a bunch of YouTube videos of like the 2000s were great or talking about nostalgia, and almost every single one of them mentioned how whoever the YouTuber was had watched Haruhi Suzumiya on YouTube back on like the old crappy YouTube rips,
Yeah.
and apparently it was a huge thing back in the early 2000s.
The thing.
Because you
What
can
year
only
did it
get
come
it.
out? Do you know?
2006 was the first season.
Okay. What were you saying?
So that's like either you had to buy the DVDs from like Best Buy or whatever, or find like sub rips, like fan sub rips. There was no like direct streaming for YouTube. YouTube would eventually start YouTube, like channels like Funimation would and Manga Entertainment would host like whole shows on YouTube, because YouTube had a little TV feature. It's like you watch old TVs. That's long gone. YouTube doesn't really have anything like that. If you watch something called YouTube TV, you have to pay like $200 a month.
Yeah.
But that was how you had to really watch anime. Most people would watch anime, like
Back in 2007, 6.
if you didn't want to buy the
late
DVDs.
2000s, not early.
So when I had watched this show, the first episode, or whatever episode it was 2014 because it was a senior year of high school. It was the beginning of the year. I do know that. I was asking my buddy, hey, he's my anime buddy. I'm like, hey, what's an anime show? And he's like, you could watch this show. And I watched an episode. I'm like, I didn't like that. So I went back to him. I'm like, what's another show? He's like, watch Angel Beats. I'm like, I watched an episode. I didn't like that. So I stopped it. It's crazy how, like, in hindsight, this guy literally is like, here's some of like the grails of this medium. And I just went,
Blasphemy.
it's crazy. It's so crazy. And like 15 years later, not 15, we're not that old. 11 years later, we're close to that old.
Yeah.
11 years later, I'm just like, dang, he was kind of balling. He kind of knew. Granted, I knew Angel Beats was very good, like pretty quickly after that. I think I gave it another shot about a year or 2, 3 years later, something like that. But yeah. Haruhi's a banger. It's a freaking goated show.
Yeah.
It's one of the goats. I understand now. I get it. I was forgive me. I was unfamiliar with your game. Like it's good. I'm very excited to watch the rest of it too. I'm gonna watch the other episodes that are supposedly not as good, and then I'm gonna watch the movie that everyone says is one of the best anime movies out there. They literally said that last episode.
I'll watch the movie. I don't know if I'll watch the other filler stuff,
I
but
feel like I'm not talking enough. Sorry, guys. But I've already seen the show. I already have my thoughts. I thought Haruhi, best girl, even though she's kind of evil in her own way. But like, Kyone's like, well, he's more of that to Mikuru. Sorry. He's more like,
Our sign's okay.
yeah,
It was empty.
there's no water.
Mikuru was his eye candy the whole
Yeah.
show.
oh yeah.
But
He had
he's
his little
like,
folder
you know
on the
what?
computer.
Maybe I should smash Haruhi so she doesn't smash the whole universe.
She doesn't blow up the whole world.
Yeah.
Keep her sedated.
I like long hair Haruhi better. Kind of
Yeah.
a shame. Chopped off all her long hair in the first episode. I was like, oh.
Man, that part where he mentions to her that he likes ponytails in the dream world and she's got a ponytail, I was like, yeah, I know what you're doing. You.
Yeah.
that was such a good man. Maybe I did get the better ending. Sorry guys, you guys got the bad ending. I
So
got the
you
good
want to know a fun fact? Sorry, this episode's running a little long, but I want to shoot this fun fact. So people are thinking, where's the continuation? There's more novel. Where is it? Well, apparently, so Japan, they really like to pair characters with voice actors, especially if they're like really good pairing. And Ai Hirano is the Japanese voice actress for Haruhi Suzumiya. And people are pretty parasocial. And when she came out that she's been fucking all the members of her band she formed, people were livid. Were not liking it. They were like, "What the fuck?
Like, you got to be
You're my
Keone.
queen.
Yeah, she thought it was mine." Ugh.
That's not a fun fact.
Yeah.
That's a sad fact.
But yeah, that is. But she has largely stepped away from voice act. She does occasional roles, but she doesn't do really voice act. She does more stage plays and stuff. But for that reason, largely, that's probably why we have not gotten any like continuation of Haruhi Suzumiya.
No.
It's because she's kind of a slut.
I don't think it needs it, though. I think it's fine.
Yeah, like I think it would be great if we got the adaptations. Where the fuck am I going? Sorry, but yeah, but it's my turn to pick a anime, and I got a special little thing. I
Don't
counted
die
up
thing.
all the sequels to our shows, and I thought I should probably do one of them. And
a sequel.
I did a bit of a list, and we can either pick from this list, or I got a little wheel that I made, and we could spin it.
I say you do whatever you want.
Do what you want, then, yeah.
Okay, well, I'm gonna spin the wheel then. If you guys
Spin the wheel.
I hope I saw on his list when he flashed it to me, Don Machi. I hope he doesn't get that because I actually did watch season 2 of that one.
So with the wheel, I only picked like shows that have like only 2 or 3 sequels,
Gotcha.
or like they're not big franchise animes. So
Dude, you didn't put Blood Sea on there. Please tell me you didn't put Blood
there's
Sea
no
on
sequel to Blood. There's the movie.
Thank
The movie's better.
Goodness, oh my
The movie's
gosh.
not as bad. The movie's better. I watched that, but I did not put that on there.
What other bad shows that we watched that you could put
So
a season
here we
2?
go.
Oh, dude, can
This
I
is the
veto
one on-
Can I get one veto if it's a bad show?
Here's the wheel I got on here. So we got Fooly Cooly, which has like 4 sequels, but we're only 2 and 3. Science Love, the Love Science show.
I hope we don't get that one.
Yeah.
I watched a little bit of that season 2. It wasn't good.
Yeah. Violet Evergarden, which is
That's a
the
banger.
movies.
Bang.
The movies we
Oh
haven't
my gosh.
watched.
I
Yes.
hope that's what we get. I hope it.
Hey, you should
Gun
just
Gale Online.
you should just rip it. You should just rip it.
Oh, I've seen season 2 of Gun
I want
Gale.
to read them off though.
All right.
Goblin Slayer,
I've seen that as
Yeah.
well. It's a banger.
Call of the Night.
Oh, I hope we don't get that one.
That might be good. I don't know. Link Click,
Oh, I'd do that one.
that'd be a good
Re
film.
Zero, Tatami Galaxy. There was a sequel.
So ReZero, we would just
Yeah.
finish the.
Season.
Season
And
1.
Mashle.
I really hope we don't get to Tommy Galaxy either. Gosh, there's a handful of those shows I think.
All right.
Tommy
not as
Galaxy,
fun.
I'd have to watch it freaking 0.5
All right,
speed.
you ready? 3, 2,
Our fate.
1.
Oh, it's got a sound.
And it's Mashle.
Thank goodness. I think I watched season 2 of Mashle. Maybe I didn't.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'd have to look at it again. So we're gonna be watching Mashle season 2.
Yes.
Oof.
There
We
you go.
we escaped death there.
And
I'll
I'm
tell you
gonna
what.
only do this like probably once every season.
Okay, so every
Yeah.
now and then.
How do you spell Mashle?
MASHLE.
Yeah. And that's it.
So Mashle season 2
Yeah.
is what we'll be watching over the next couple
Yes.
weeks. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you guys for enjoying Haruhi with us. It was a good show. I enjoyed it. I'm glad we got to watch it. I'm glad I picked it too. Like, I didn't realize it. Like, remember when I was like, oh, I think it's a whole long season 1. Apparently it was just season 1 that we needed. Okay, but it worked out
Yeah.
good. I'm happy. I want to watch the rest of it. I don't know when I'll get to it, but I will watch the rest of it.
I could have put Haruhi on the wheel, but I only picked 10 shows. So
Yeah,
So
that's
then maybe
fair.
I'll kick Mashle off and put Haruhi on the next wheel.
Yeah. Anyway, yeah, that's it. That's our show. Thank you guys for watching. Have a great life. We'll see you all in 2 weeks with Mashle. Bye.